Welcome back to the podcast,
Hola, ¿cómo
guys.
están, amigas?
We have someone fresh from Mexico, literally hours ago. We're just so excited to do this podcast. We started to talk on the phone, and then we were like, let's just record an episode. Let's just get it on the
Get all the
interwebs.
energy, all the excitement in the moment. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we have decided to title this episode "The Story of
The good life?
the Best."
The best life.
Good life?
Good? We'll figure it out.
I don't know.
Both.
We'll figure it out. Both are true. We
Yes.
are talking about how we are both living our very best lives
So fun.
simultaneously. So
Hmm
fun because they're different. They're so fun. Okay, so I started to tell Jeffrica a little bit about mine. So I feel like you need to go first, and I need to hear all about your Mexico trip and all
OMG.
the things.
Where do I start? So,
I think you should start. No, I think you have to start back to you randomly deciding 2 weeks ago that you were going to Mexico.
and
That's where we
what an
start.
actual luxury that is. I do realize this. I am very aware. It's a blessing to just decide in 10 days, I want to go to Mexico next week and get on a plane and do it. Very blessed. So thankful for that.
At 1 a.m., got a text or an email from Jeffrica that was like, check out this Airbnb, and she had booked it. And I was like, oh, she's going to Mexico. Interesting.
This is what
Love
we're
it. I
doing.
love it.
This is
I
literally the
love it.
life I've dreamt of. Like how I imagine life would be for me in the future. I'm in the moment. Like this is those moments happening. And it's so exciting. It's so freeing and I love the freedom that I have. And this is what living in the moment looks like. Like not delaying, not putting off things till when this happens, then I'll do this. No, it's right now because right now is all I have. So it was
Yeah.
literally a Tuesday, and I was like, I want to go to Mexico next weekend. I got a few days, I can get away, and it wasn't even Mexico originally. It was like I got a few days, I can go anywhere. So I go to Google and I'm like, where can I go? Like what the price is looking like, what are flights looking like? Literally trying to look at locations, and I was going back and forth for so long, could not find anything that spoke to me like that I really wanted to do. And so at first, I was looking at Florida, actually, like Destin, Pensacola, that whole area of Florida, because I've never been before. Girl, when I started looking at those prices, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to pay this to stay in the state that I live in when I can go overseas to another country for a fraction of that. And boom, Mexico was born. So the like shortest flight that I could get was like Cancun. I'm like, okay, Cancun it is. I've never been. Let's go there and explore. I literally texted one of my girlfriends the same day and said, hey, you got your passport, right? First question. Because I got to ask these questions. Hey, you got your passport, right? She was like, yeah, I got it. And I said, well, I'm going to Mexico next weekend. If you're free and available, if you're down, I got the room in the car. You're more than welcome to join me. And within a few hours, she sent me her flight confirmation and she was like, I'm down, let's go. And
I love it.
so it was so much fun. We left on
Tell me.
Friday. We left Friday morning super early and we just got back today. Well, I just got back today. I flew in from here in Lauderdale and she flew down actually from Maine. She used to live in Maryland and her boyfriend got transferred to a hospital in Maine. So she flew in from Boston and met me. And so we get there on Friday. Friday was pretty chaotic. Like I was actually working on Friday before she got there and had a few things I had to do for that. So we didn't do much. We just kind of got together. I picked her up at the airport. We got our car and then went out to dinner Friday night at this fun Mexican restaurant on the strip. And they had dancers and they brought out sombreros and we were dancing around and taking pictures and it was all festive and fun. We rented this beautiful penthouse apartment in Cancun. It was so nice. Like it was upstairs, like on the rooftop of this building, and it was so big. Like there were floor to ceiling windows everywhere. The doors were open. Breezes was blowing through. Like it was just essential,
I
like
love it.
Mexican sunshine life. It was a beautiful place. Saturday, so Friday night was like not much action happening. We're both tired. Saturday we get up. We had no plans, by the way. Like I text you, I was like, "Hey, you want to come to Mexico with me? I don't have any plans, and I'm not really going to make any. We'll figure it out when we get there." And so that's the kind of trip that this was. So Saturday we get up and we walk across the street because the beach is across the street. We walk across the street and there's like the beach and then all these little tourist areas or people trying to sell you excursions stuff and different things like that. This one guy named Luis grabbed our attention. He was like, "Hey, y'all want to get on a boat and a ferry for the day and go over to Isla Mujeres and spend the day on the island over there?" I was like, "Yes, we ain't got no plans. Talk to me, Luis. Tell me what you got." He was like,
Island.
Luis was the most amazing salesperson. He was like, all inclusive. You can do this, get on the ferry, food and drinks included. Go to the beach club on the island over here, hang out by the pool. We'll take you around the island, give you a tour, take pictures, just all the things. So that's what we ended up doing on Saturday. And we, this is so funny. We ended up going over to Isla Mujeres, which is another island. It took about 30 minutes on the boat to get there. Gorgeous view riding the boat on the Caribbean water. Like, it was amazing. And there wasn't a lot of people on there, so it was pretty quiet. We had a lot of room to ourselves. The people were so nice and friendly. The music was playing, the wind was blowing. It was just magic. It was magic. It was so much fun. So we went over on the island, did all the little touristy stuff, took pictures, had food. Like, they had this amazing Mexican buffet set up where we were able to just eat tacos to our heart's desires. They had like poolside bars and stuff and beach umbrellas and tables, and it was beautiful. So much fun. On the way back, though, this was the exciting part. This was the exciting part now. In the moment, it was a little terrifying. Girl, on the way back, it started getting cloudy. Real cloudy. Real dark. They're like, okay, we got to get on the bus. We got to get on the boat. We got to get ready to head back. Why were we in the middle of the ocean, thundering and lightning, riding through a thunderstorm? Like, when I tell you, we were sitting on the boat, water was flying in from everywhere. It was pouring, raining, lightning was striking in the ocean, the thunderstorm. It was quite a scene. It was pretty terrifying. The waves are going like this, so the boat is a rocking. It was pretty interesting. Thank God our boat was like our boat was like 2 levels, so we were able to get on the bottom level and take cover. There are boats out there that was just 1 level, and they were packed out. It was probably like hundreds of people on the boats with no cover. And their boats were so much smaller, they looked like little toys in a bathtub. Like, they were just bouncing everywhere, flowing around out there with the lightning. God. Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but we finally made it back. It was quite an experience. So that was fun.
Any pictures?
Yes, I got videos and pictures from that. Lots of that, because it was quite the experience. That was fun. That was our Saturday. We got back and it was kind of still raining, and then I think we may have like went down the street and got food or something real quick. But that was Saturday. That was fun. And then what? Oh, I really want to send you this in the moment. Like, can I leave? Can I not leave?
I think you can. And let's just see what happens. I think you can. It's going to turn your video for a second.
Okay. I want to leave and show you this because I want to see you in the moment. I want to see your reactions in a moment of what we did on Saturday. So Saturday, we did the boat ride. The same day, Luis talked us into doing another adventure on Sunday. He was like, "Hey, you're already doing this on Saturday. Why don't you come back over? We can ride out to the jungle and you can do all these different things out there at Puerto Morales. Would you like to do that? Are you interested?" We're like, "We don't have any plans, Luis. So sign us up for everything." Yes, let's do it. We want to do it. Yes, whatever you got, Luis, we want to do it. So I'm about to send you this picture of what happened. There's so many things that happened on Sunday. One of the things that happened was ATVs. There's the ding. This is your girl on Sunday.
I'm going to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb so we don't get that anymore.
First time.
Oh my God.
Empress.
Wait.
First time ever.
Is this a finally? Yes, I remember was talking about it for
I was
years.
scared to death, Amherst.
And you can't be scared to death upside down on a zip line.
That was the last zip line. That was the last one.
Yeah, it usually takes you the long time to get
I can't
there.
wait to send you all the videos. They shot videos and everything.
Oh,
That's what I did.
you finally
freaking did it, Amherst. I can do anything now. You can't tell me.
Wasn't
It was
so
so much fun. I love the zip lines. Let's back up. Let me tell you the very first one, Amherst. When I tell you my hands were shaking like this the whole time, there were people in line with us. They were trying to hold my hand. It wouldn't stop shaking. I get up there to the zip line thing, holding the little strings, still shaking, and tears start to fall down my eye. My heart was racing like this. I was terrified. Terrified. I've never been more scared in my life than that moment of the first jump. So scared. And then after that, I was upside down by the fourth one. It was so much fun.
We've literally been talking about this since like 2019. Long time.
And that's when we went to St. Martin. And you were like, would you do it in St. Martin? St. Martin. Yeah, I wasn't there yet. Yeah. There's so much growth that had to happen, girl. Here I am. Oh, I went freaking ziplining.
Upside down.
He was like, okay, this is the last one, guys. Everybody upside down. I said, oh my God. It was so fun. So it was like zip lines, and then there were like obstacle courses where we like walk across the wood and like hold on to the ropes. Yes, the ropes course. Yeah. Like that part was even more scary than the actual zip line. I'm like, let me just fly across. That's easier. It was so fun. Yeah. There was like these other girls that were there from London. They were all cheering me on and clapping, and it was so fun, Amherst. That was like the best day. So we did zip lining. I did zip lining. My friend didn't do it. I already knew she wasn't gonna go up there. She didn't do it, but we did ATVs. We did that together. I did zip lining, and then we went to the cenotes. And those were beautiful. Like this one was like a different one than what I went to before. We go down like into this huge hole in the earth. Basically what cenote is, it's like a natural spring that's underground, like in a cave type environment. This one was absolutely beautiful. We get down there and there's like bats flying around. There are bats flying around in the bottom of this cenote, but like they're not landing on you or like coming towards you or anything. We just go down there and swim in the water, and they're just flying around in the cave. That was a lot of fun.
I'm not gonna lie, you lost.
What'd you say?
But yay, because you lost me at the bats. But yeah,
we didn't stay down there long.
Beautiful. I'm just shook by the zip line. I'm gonna have to stay there. I
could not wait to tell you. I was like, I want to tell on the pod though. I need to get this. Amherst, I freaking did it.
I'm so proud.
When I tell you, that's like facing fears, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And I told you before, like I intentionally try to do things that scare me. Like I want to be mindful of that, because once I push past that threshold of fear, on the other side, it's so much more confidence of like, I can do anything. It was so fun just flying across the jungle. Ah! Yes.
I'm so proud.
That was my highlight that I had to tell you. Where did you first do your zip line? I know you've done it before. Do you remember?
I don't think it was anything tropical. I think my first place was like
Florida
or something. Yeah. I think me and Kristen did zip lining when I was like 17 maybe.
Girl.
And I'm at the place with zip lining where literally I'm like, how far can I get? I'm about to run and jump and soar off this thing. I love it. It's the most freeing thing in the world. It truly is.
I'm a witness. It really is. After the first time.
I'm so happy. I really, when you said that, I was not expecting zip lining.
I know
I was
not
zip lining.
I wasn't either. Like, I don't know. Tanita was like, are we really going to do this tomorrow, the zip line? I was like, I'm going to have to see what it looks like. I really want to. I might, but let me see what it looked like. And I saw it, and it didn't look like the larger ones that I've seen, like far up off the ground, 1,000 miles in the air. It didn't look that terrifying. So I was like, I think I can do this. And then I like saw other people around me that were doing it, like grandmas that were there with their grandkids zip lining. And I was like, have you done this before? This is my first time. She was like, yeah, I've done this plenty of times. You can do it. And so I think it was like the encouragement from everyone around me that's like, I really could do this. And I wanted to
Yeah.
experience it. And so I jumped.
Oh my
I took the leap.
gosh, good job.
That was fun. That was an
That's amazing.
exhilarating day. Like, I think my body is still tired from that. When I tell you that freaking ropes course had me moving every muscle in my body, shaking across, like trying to get across, and everybody was on it at the same time. And it was like, oh my God, I can't do this. But
Wow,
like, it was
that's amazing.
definitely a confidence builder. I really loved that. That's
That's
my
amazing.
highlight.
Did you guys do anything fun Sunday
Um,
night?
Girl, I didn't have any more energy after trying to survive. I literally used all my energy trying to stay alive on that day. So there was nothing
Was Monday just
there's nothing left. Oh, Monday, yeah, we like slept in late on Monday and hung out at the house and did breakfast and talked or whatever. And then we went shopping and did souvenirs and went downtown, had lunch on the water. It was so nice. And then my favorite thing, everywhere I go, we had massages. Of
I'm
course, we had massages on the beach on Monday because after that,
like, that's not leaving the
yes,
norm. That's
that's
just
that's
super
norm.
good.
I was like, it's time for my monthly massage, so I might as well do it in Cancun while we're here. Um, and
That's
then after
awesome.
those ATVs and the zip lining, honey, I needed these muscles, like all the kinks out. Please help me because I was
Yeah.
stressed. So Monday was pretty chill. Oh, another highlight, Empress. Okay, last thing for me. We went,
No, I love your
girl, we went to the most amazing, like, five-star restaurant I've ever experienced in my life. It was absolutely
um,
amazing. It was called Nicoletta. It's a beautiful
okay.
Italian restaurant in Cancun, like, kind of on the strip where the hotel zone is. It was,
Can't go to Italian restaurants without me. Casale e
I know, I love
pepe.
Italian though, especially like the really nice ones. I would
Yeah.
love to take you to this place. This is an experience. It was not just a meal. When I tell you the whole experience was like 2.5 hours, it was a beautiful
Wow.
experience. Like we pull up, and the reason I like chose this place because we were coming back on our van from the adventure day with ATVs. We're like the van picked us up. We were driving back to our Airbnb, and we were riding past all these restaurants. And Nicoletta caught my eye. Like the outside aesthetics was absolutely beautiful. There was like little green walls and the letters in gold, and it just looks so elegant. Like I'm like, that's a good Italian place. We need to go there. So we get dressed up last night. We because I always like to do like a really nice dinner. Anytime I travel, I always want to have like one really nice experience. And so we get dressed up,
Yes.
put on my lashes and my lips, and then we go to Nicoletta's. We get out of the car. They valet our car. We walk in the doors. When I tell you, it felt like I was transported to Italy. Like we these huge wooden doors with these iron bars on them, and like they like open the doors up, and you walk in, and these beautiful like greeters are there in their flowy ivory gowns, like dresses, as their uniform, and they're like, "Hola, welcome to Nicoletta's. How can we help you?" And so I give her our reservation.
Wow, it's
You see it,
beautiful.
girl? It was absolutely gorgeous.
This
Hmm
place?
Nicoletta's, that is it. It was on the water. Emirates, can we just fly to Cancun just to go to Nicoletta's?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The outside I
When I tell
love.
you, it was absolutely incredible. We walk in the,
Oh my gosh, the greenery and all the things. It's like such a
you
vibe.
would freaking love it, Emirates. You would
I
freaking
know I
love it.
would.
Like, didn't we went to Italian as well in Vancouver? Wasn't that, everywhere we go it's Italian. Remember? Yes,
Oh,
it was
oh
really
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, it was so
yeah.
good.
We walk in, like, you can't even see when you walk in the door. It's not the restaurant on the level. You have to walk in, walk over to the elevator, and go upstairs to Nicoletta's. And then you walk in and they greet you, and it's like just wow aesthetics all the way around. The decor from the ceiling to the floors to the views, it is absolutely exquisite, absolutely beautiful.
Not me looking at this menu, mouth watering right now.
When I tell you everything on that menu,
This short rib
Amaris,
tortellini. Oh my gosh.
Amaris, the food was delectable, and it wasn't like these little bitty pea-sized servings. They gave you great food, quality food, and like filled you up. It was so good. We got everything. We got everything. It
Beautiful.
was beautiful. We oh, I can't tell you my favorite part. There's so much. There's two favorite parts. So we sit down for our dinner, and the waitress was like, everyone was like very catering, and I love like excellent service. We get there, and the waitress like, we have a table, but if you wait a few minutes, we can get you a table by the window. And so we didn't know, it was nighttime, so we didn't know like it was out on the water. We didn't see all of that when we walked in. She was like, if you wait a few minutes, we'll put you by the window while we clean this table. So they have this beautiful swing and this little garden area. We take pictures over here in the area while we're waiting. Two times she comes over and just gives us an update. There'll be a few more minutes. Your table will be ready. Like, just so courteous, just being, yes, I
Service.
love that. And so when the table was ready, she was like, okay, girls, follow me. And so we walk around the corner. We get to our table. One of the guys pulls out my chair. Like, it was amazing service. Pulls out my chair. We sit down. We look over to the left, and like we knew there was glass, so we saw the water, and then we're like, wait a minute, the window's open. So it was like outdoor, indoor situation, nothing but beautiful water, and you could see like the hotel strip around the water, and the lights and boats out on the water, and it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And then like all the waiters came and asked if for our drink orders, and brought out the fresh bread and the olive oils, and was explaining all the different flavors of oil. Eris, listen to this.
I love
Listen to
it.
this. There's talking about all the different flavors. Would you like the white truffle or the balsamic? All the stuff, whatever. The guy
Yeah.
comes out, like they put the little oil in our little container. The guy comes out with a plant, Amaris, chops up the fresh basil, and like puts it. I'm like, are you seriously chopping fresh?
Amazing.
Fresh, just chopped it off the little plant, placed this in our little oil so we can dip our bread in it. It was so freaking fancy.
I'm still scrolling through the menu as
It
we're
was
talking. It
so
looks so.
good. It was so amazing. Like
What did you have?
I had a passion fruit drink because I was like, I don't really want to do alcohol. Like, bring me out something passion fruity or whatever. It was amazing. It was really, really good. I had calamari for my appetizer. That was good. It had the different sauces. I couldn't tell you all the sauces and stuff they brought out. I was just trying everything. It was so good. And then for my entree, I had the crap. I had to practice the name while I was at the table. It was a pasta. What'd you say?
Gnocchi?
Nope, it's not gnocchi.
Gnocchi?
It starts with a C. It's like CANN. It almost looks like cannoli, but it's like a different word. But it's yes,
Cannelloni.
cannelloni.
Cannelloni
That's
di
exactly what I
carne?
had. Yes.
The
I knew
bolognese,
it.
my
I think of you every
favorite.
time I see the word bolognese. I think of you. My meal was amazing. It was basically pasta, beef that
Gosh.
was wrapped up in pasta with cheese. And then he comes over and was like, would you like some fresh Parmesan? With the block of Parmesan, and like grates it over my meal. And then my friend Tanita had the salmon and some type of,
Okay.
this is something new I learned last night. They made the potatoes in a certain way that's called like gratin. It starts with a G. Some fancy way to make potatoes where it's like thinly sliced. They were so good. I tried her.
Oh,
Yes, that's
gratin.
it. Gratin.
Gratin.
Yep. I
Yes, yeah,
tried
yeah.
her food too, girl. It was amazing. She had the cedar planks.
You've never had
I've
potatoes
never
like
had
that?
potatoes like that. No, it was really good. That was my
Wow.
first
They're good.
time. She had the cedar plank salmon. When I tell you that I feel like they just fished
Mm.
the salmon out the water like an hour ago, it was so fresh. I could taste all the tenderness and the juices, and it was amazing. Uh,
You need to buy your plank
you're
and
right.
just grill with that, because girl, that they're inexpensive
I
and they're
remember you used to
so
get
good.
them at Whole Foods when we lived together, and you would put them on the grill. I remember you doing that. It was so good.
Yeah.
And then, like, when they brought out, girl, they were so fancy. They had like little stations. They would bring out their little table where they would set their stuff on, because they had her salmon in a different plate than where her sauce was. Because he was like, "I'm gonna fillet this for you." So he places the salmon on her, on her sauce, and then gives it to her. It was so special and fancy. It was really a whole experience. The whole time she's like, she has an artichoke heart as an appetizer. She's like, that was the best she's ever had in her life. The best salmon and
Wow.
everything was amazing. The service, the care, like the tone, the kindness, the views, just everything, Emirates. That was like
Oh,
the whole
I love
meal.
it.
And girl, for dessert, because we had everything.
Dessert menu. I
Girl,
didn't
he
get that
came over.
far.
He was
Keep
like, "Okay,
going.
you guys ready for dessert?" It wasn't a menu. He like pulled out his iPad and showed us not just pictures, showed us like videos of them creating the desserts in their kitchen, like showing us how they make it, like
What?
pouring the stuff on there. It was
Wow.
extravagant, girl. So we wanted to get one that we could share because by this point we couldn't have a separate dessert. So we chose,
Yeah.
I don't know what's called on the menu, but it was like an apple tart something. Um,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they have it on the menu online, but he showed it to us on his iPad. So they bring out, he was like, okay, you'll really like this. It's like apple stuff with cinnamon and pecans and whipped cream, whipped cream, all this stuff. You'll really like it. He was like, it's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes because we bake this fresh in our oven. So you got to give us a little time to create it. So they come out, everything is just elevated. My expectations were just blown. They come out, set up their little station
Yeah.
again, put their little thing there, bring out the apple pie tart thing, places it in the table, and he was like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, we also like I don't know the word for it, but they have nitrogen where they make the whipped cream into crumbles." You know what I mean? Like he brings out the whipped cream, he's pouring it in this bowl, and then he places the nitrogen over it, and it freezes the whipped cream, and then he like pours
Yeah.
the crumbles of whipped cream on our apple thing in front of us and sprinkles the pecans on it, and it's just it's a whole it's a
It's an
whole
experience.
experience. And it's like
Yeah.
him creating the whipped cream crumble stuff takes like a minute and a half, and I'm just videoing him recording the whole process, and it was
Yeah.
so amazing. And then so we get our spoons and dip into it. The coldness of the whipped cream and the warm apple pie and the crust, it just melts in your mouth. And the whole night we're just just moaning, girl, just moaning every bite. It was amazing. It was amazing. She was like, "Yeah, this is the
Wow.
best meal I've ever had. Like, this is amazing bomb." And it was a meal and the experience, just everything together. They came by, they was like, we want us to take your pictures. They took pictures of us sitting at our table and all the things, and it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Girl, I walked downstairs taking pictures by the door. I'm like, I look at the pictures that they took and I was like, okay, where's my rich husband? Because I look like I need to be on somebody's arm in this restaurant. Like this is my lifestyle. So yes, it fits the bill. It fits me. It was so
Good.
amazing.
Oh, I'm so
So
happy to
much
hear
fun.
it. And I can't wait to see the
I
pictures. I know that you probably
I
have
have so
30,000
many
for
pictures,
me.
and it was killing me not to be able to send them to you because I want to show you the videos so bad of me like crying and screaming and asking if I'm okay. It was a mess. So much fun.
I can't wait to see them. Cannot wait to see them
Tell us
all.
about your exquisite weekend yourself, ma'am, in this the best life that we're living. What happened?
So while Jeffrica was living her very best life in Mexico, I got invited to an art ga- an art
Yes.
museum gala. It was the opening of the Blanton Art Museum in Austin. Um, and honestly, I didn't know what I was walking into. I just didn't know what to expect. And I just need you guys to think like the Met. I
Girl,
need you guys to think the Met Gala last night. That's what I need you to
girl.
think.
Can we start at the freaking invitation that you showed me? Like, we knew from the beginning
Oh,
this is going to be top of the line.
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was stunning. And so I
How
had to
many did
order
you
a
order
dress because
exactly?
I only ordered two. So yeah. And it came and it was great. I got it hemmed and that was all amazing. Um, so I got dressed and I was just so stressed because I was like, I don't know. I've never been to anything like this. I don't know if my dress is even appropriate because they created an attire. It was The attire was artful black tie. That is not a thing. You
Wow.
made that up. You made that up. But
Artful.
okay. And also black tie is such a I feel like it's mostly for
Mm.
men. Like I don't feel like it's for women. With women you can wear like a really
Mm.
fancy cocktail dress or a floral gown or a jumpsuit. Like
Yes.
there's no guidelines. It's a
Yes.
made up attire, you know? Okay, so I got dressed. I pulled up in my car. Of course, there's valet there. They're greeting you with champagne, like the nicest of the nicest champagne. I grabbed my champagne. I walked down this path. I go to check in. They give me my table number, and I just look around, and it's stunning. There's music going. There's people in
Wow.
gowns with feathers and mirror ball
Wow.
shoes and things coming out of hair and collars and all kinds of
Wow.
randomness. There was a girl with live moss in her hair and live moss down her neck and just
Oh
like
my gosh. Wow.
amazing. Um so like meet these two girls and like basically I'm like y'all got to be my friends because I don't know anybody else. Um and so I met the person who invited me there and like talked with them for a little bit and then just kind of like moseyed around and took some pictures and then I don't even know. Took some pictures, walked around the museum. Like, I have this picture of me coming down this
Hmm?
staircase that I have to
Pictures
show
of
you
the
guys. This is
dress,
my favorite picture,
please.
right?
The people want to know.
Okay. I love this picture of me coming down the stairs. It's one of
Wow.
my faves. It's beautiful.
Wow. So there's
Um,
like
the
paparazzi.
dress. I don't really have a picture of the dress. I mean, I guess I do. Hold on. I have a picture of me like I have
Mm.
stills basically, like still video shots
Oh.
is what I I loved like I've never worn my
Hmm.
hair back like that, like just straight back with like the
Yes.
earrings, but it just was work.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so at one point I'm kind of like flying through the story, but there's not much to really tell. So like we go and sit down and it's like a seated dinner. Well, I sit down and I'm like, okay, I've been to formal seated dinners before, but like why are there three glasses of champagne here? Or like three wine glasses here? I need to show you. Okay, I'm gonna play
Okay.
this really quickly for you. Um, okay, so this is from the. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the screen. Okay, this is the table.
Wow.
It's just so beautiful. I'm making a whole vlog of this, so
Wow.
you guys will be able to see the centerpieces and just like everything was stunning. I was like, this is crazy. So there's like programming happening like while you're eating and all this stuff. There's like these videos playing, but like it was the kind of meal where there's waiters that come and they all like look at each other for the cue and then they put your plate down all at the same time and then by and they're like, "Can I interest you in this wine?" And of course, it's like the fanciest of the fancy wine, and I'm like, "Yes, please." And they pour me a glass of wine. No way! I could have been absolutely wasted in the matter of 2 minutes because that wine was so nice and smooth. I'm like, I could drink this wine like water. Like, is this what the people at the table
I
at the
was
wedding with
about to
Jesus
say.
got? This amazing. It was so good. I'm like, if
Wow.
you say you don't like wine,
You've
it's
had the cheap
because you haven't
wine.
had expensive. You had cheap wine.
That's
That's why you don't
me.
like it. What is there not to like? Jeffrica, I'm telling you, bought I have bought
Hmm.
like a $50 bottle of wine to like cook with and then like tried to pour myself a sip and I'm like, this is disgusting. I cannot even pretend like I like it. It's wine.
My.
I literally had to tell myself, you can have two sips of that and then you're gonna have to put it down because if not, you're not gonna know when you're wasted. You're not gonna know. Anyway, so for the
Hmm.
appetizer, it was an heirloom tomato. So like an heirloom tomato watermelon feta salad. So it was like these slices of
Hmm.
watermelon like this big in like three. And then on top was the heirloom tomato sprinkled with feta with the balsamic glaze.
Mm.
So good. So good. I ate every bite. It was so good. And then for the main entree, it was a dual entree with sea bass and
Wow.
steak, beef tenderloin, with like some whipped potatoes, and
We love your potatoes.
it was so good. It was so good. And then I'm just like, every like 5 seconds, people were like, and a toast, and I'm like, and a toast. Cheers.
What are we even toasting? You have no idea.
I didn't care. Didn't matter. I was just there to toast and cheers. I was having so much fun. And the whole time I just kept looking around and I'm like, I am sitting in the midst of
My
wealth.
God.
And I love it. I am excited to be in
Yes.
rooms like this. And it's so fun though, because it's like you're surrounded by people who are doing like who are being
Wow.
generous with their wealth and who are
Hmm.
doing it for good. And I always think that's like super inspiring to be around that. It's not just people who are
Yes.
wealthy for the sake of being wealthy, but like there's people who are donating $20,000 for a whole school to be able to come to see the art museum and to get exposure to
Wow.
art like they've never had. There's some schools that have never, kids who have never even, don't even know what an art
Yeah.
museum is, you know?
Wow.
And so we did dinner, and then there was afterwards, like actually in the art museum, there was a DJ with these beautiful
Please.
cakes. Let me show you these
Please. I
cakes.
was
Oh
about
my
to ask
gosh.
for the dessert. What do we have
Uh,
for dessert?
the desserts at the table, they just had like macaroons and some other stuff, and then they did a champagne toast with like the nicest champagne ever. Um, and then afterwards was like where you retired for the cakes and the stuff. But here are the cakes. Are
Ready.
you ready?
Go. Oh.
Do you see how beautiful they
Wow.
are?
My God. Those are edible.
They're all cakes,
Wow.
yeah. So they were like, I wish I could remember what the flavors are, but there was like a matcha one and strawberry vanilla chocolate, but they were all just like dirty
Hmm.
chai chocolate or like they were just so good, so good. And so then there was also like this exhibit that was open called Day Jobs, and like you walked through it. I have a little bit of it, but it's basically like what people's day jobs were that got them to their dream.
Mm.
Like this is what I did while I was working on my dream and working on my passion project that really like you know it was that part was like very moving to
Wow.
read, you know, because I like you're sold this lie all the time that
Yes.
you have to have it figured out and you need to find the thing, but it's like there's so many people who found the thing as
Yes.
they were working in
Yes.
normal life, you know? Like there were so many different things that it was like this guy was literally
Wow.
sweeping trash before he got and it was just like so
Wow.
moving, so inspiring. Um but it was so much fun, so much fun. And I feel like I told you this when I got the invite. Like I'm usually quick to say no because I get anxious or I don't know how things are going to be, but like everything inside of me when I got the invite was like,
Yes.
yes, I need to be
Yes.
there.
I'm
Yes,
so
yes,
happy
yes.
you didn't say no.
And I sent Jessica this meme. Hold on, I have to get on this thing. Let's see if I can get it quick. I was in the car and I was like, Jesus and I
Yes,
met to
you
be
are,
wealthy? Like, is
ma'am.
this my life? Is this my life?
This is
I'm like, what are you
it.
trying to tell me? Because you can't put me in this room and then say you're never
Ma'am.
gonna
He would
be
never
there.
withhold
You know,
any good thing.
never would help. I had
Please
so much
tell the
fun. I
people
had
what
so
the girl there
much.
told you about yourself and what she observed about you. Please share that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was sitting next to this lady that I'd never met, but she was at the table. Was friends with the person that invited me, and um, she was asking me like, well, do you do this often or whatever. I'm like, this is my first time at anything like this. And she's like, girl, you dressed perfectly, like your dress is perfectly on par, on theme, great. She's like, and I watched you just like buzzing around and like talking to everyone like social butterfly, like you are on it. Like I would have never guessed that this was your
Wow.
first time coming to something like this. And I was like,
Wow.
thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then there was like the option with the paddles, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so fancy. I'm not raising my paddle because I have no money,
One day.
One day. I wanted to do like I was hoping that it would go like low enough that I'd be able to like
No.
but no,
Starting
no.
bid,
It was
100,000.
so so it wasn't like that kind of
Mhm.
auction, which is what I expected. So also like the paddles had your name on it. Like it was so
Wow.
fancy. Like everything was so personalized. But it was a different kind of auction because I was expecting
Yeah.
like going for
Yeah.
$100. Me. No, it wasn't that. It was like this thing where they started at like
Mm.
$20,000 was the highest, and they basically so $20,000 would send a whole school to an art museum, and in exchange you got like a behind the scenes whatever with like dinner and
Mhm.
some art curators or whatever. So multiple people could buy that same
Wow.
thing. And then it went from 15 to 10,000 to 1,000 to 500. I'm like, if you go down to 100, I got you. So, so no donation from me, but
But you were in the room, honey.
but it was I was just thinking like I met so many cool people and I'm like
Yes.
I want to get more events like this where you meet people that like there's city events
Yes.
that you actually want to go to and like want to do whatever. The girl I met at Soho House is like we're doing like a big Juneteenth event and like just a bunch of like
Wow.
really cool I want to be a
Don't
part
make
of
me
that
fly
kind of
out next
stuff.
month.
So, oh my gosh,
Wow.
Africa. The freaking time of my life. And I'm like,
You're still on the
yes,
high. We
more
can
of
tell the
this.
residual effects are lingering.
Because I literally have never been more close to like what I'm
Mm.
supposed to do in life. Like I'm supposed to do art
Yes.
galas in fancy dresses with the
Yes,
premium
ma'am.
champagne.
Yes,
Like that
ma'am.
is my
Yes.
life.
I love how we're both getting a taste of it. Yes. All of that.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
So the theme of is to say yes to life.
Mm.
Just say yes to life.
And things that scare you.
The opportunities the opportunities that like I think some opportunities come to you and then some opportunities you have to create for yourself. But like
Yes.
be on the lookout
Yes.
and say yes.
Do the
Do the
things.
things.
Mine is do the things that scare you. Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yes. The Year of Yes.
Yes,
Did you ever
I
read that book?
did. I actually read that book in 2020. Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
Shout out Shonda Rhimes.
We love you. Anyway,
I
you have
don't.
anything else
This
to
is a
add?
great, exciting pod. I'm so glad we got to do it live with all the feelings and emotions and everything. This is good.
Yes. Agree. All right.
See
We'll
you
see you guys
later.
next
Bye.
week.